This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
All right. So I think you guys would probably figure this, but the ratings for the national championship game were absolutely terrible. The 65-7 blowout drew only 17 million viewers for ESPN's family of channels. So remember, it's not just one. It was like on 5 networks, right? ESPN, ESPN News, ESPN2, ABC. They were all over the place, right? So think about that. ESPN's main broadcast reportedly averaged 16.6 viewers, though the Field Pass with Pat McAfee show, which featured the former punter and his friends, 423,000. So that's a small window there for that. Now, overall, the bright side for college football playoff and ESPN is that this season's semifinal thrillers did just fine in the ratings department. Fiesta, 21.7 million viewers, in the Peach Bowl, 22.4 million on New Year's Eve. But unfortunately, the ratings for the game were absolutely bad. And it reminded me of something. So I went back and did a little homework. And this is what happens a lot of times with big games. You run the risk of, you could have incredible ratings if you have a great performance and you have something magical happen. People want to tune in, all that kind of stuff, right? But the other thing that can happen is the risk of having a shitty game that all of a sudden tanks your ratings, right? So I go, man, I remember the Super Bowl run. And I went back to look at it. 1984 in Tampa Bay. Raiders rout Washington 38-9. 85, Stanford. Niners pound our Dolphins 38-16. 86 Superdome. Chicago routs New England. Miami should have been there. 46-10. 3 or 4 fumbles. Might have been 3. 87 Rose Bowl. Giants rout the Broncos 39-20. Sammy Winder and company, along with Elway. In 88 at Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego, Washington routs Denver once again, 42-10. Those were the years where John Elway was called a choker because he would get pounded and they would lose like crazy. Oh, Elway's a choker. No, Elway's playing with a crappy team. Great quarterbacks also need help. But he goes out with a bang with two championships because he got a defense and a running game. Wow, what a concept. Anyway, so 88 Jack Murphy Stadium, Washington beats Denver 42-10. Then there was a blip in 89 at Joe Robbie Stadium right here where San Francisco beat Cincinnati 20-16. Stanley Wilson Sr., his son also plays now. Stanley Wilson Sr. caught in a cocaine haze in a hotel room, and he couldn't play that night. Cincy, hell of a game. San Fran with the major comeback, they win. And then in 90, San Fran came back and routed Denver, because Elway's a choker, 55-10. So in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 of the 7 Super Bowls in that streak were terrible Super Bowls. It got to a point where we would talk to each other and say, oh, wow, we're going to get another terrible Super Bowl. I get it. A lot of you weren't even around, even born. You have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. But some of the older men and women out there that kind of lived it, they know what I'm talking about. And the national championship game kind of reminded me, I hope that doesn't happen to college football, that they go on some kind of a streak. But that is the thing about those great games that you're waiting for. And you hope it is a good one, because if not, like, that game was unwatchable. Why would you keep watching that unless you're a Georgia fan? You know what I mean? Or I guess TCU, if you just want to kind of hang in there because you want to look at something you'll never be at again, basically. Rub-a-dub-dub, a man in a tub says Herbert's. Oh, I'm sorry. That is your KSDT Sports Business Report.